Hey, I thought I was going to do 30 minutes there. Is that 30 minutes? Oh, it's set for 25. Hang on. There we go. 30 minutes on the clock. How you doing? My name is Sean Shapiro. This is Ask a Traffic Cop, a 30-minute quick edition because I got 30 minutes that I can spare, and then I got to be somewhere else. So, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. It is Friday, and Friday's a good day for me because it means the same thing every day for me, kind of, sort of. I kind of work my own schedule now that I don't have to go to the office 5 days a week. Anyway, I am a former police officer, and I talk about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff all the time, even though I left the job because I enjoy it. I know stuff and things, and I like to share that information with you. So if you've got questions, feel free to ask. I'm always here to answer. And answer is what I've been doing a lot of. My goodness, there has been so much activity on my channels asking questions, and that's exactly what I like. It means people want to know stuff and things so they don't end up getting caught doing stuff and things that they'll have to, one, pay for in terms of tickets, two, pay for in terms of insurance, but most importantly, pay for in terms of long-term guilt and issues when they cause harm to themselves or others. And really, that's what I want to do. I want the roads to be safer for everybody because we all know somebody who, goes to work, goes to school, does stuff, and they have to use the roads and sidewalks and such to get around to do it. So, whether you jump into the live today or you leave me a message in the comments, I can tell you that I answer. I do have some people who have some pretty amazing stuff, and I have some people who ask me stuff that I know nothing about. I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I am someone who served the city of Toronto in one capacity or another for just under 25 years. And I did that because I loved it. Let me just jump into, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the chat campaign. Let's see here. There's a button here. Where's the button? There's the button. Chat. Because I had it closed. We got LJ who says, nice to see you. You are so missed. Thanks, LJ. LJ further says, I hope you do this all the time. I have been doing it. I've been doing it at night. That's been when I've had time to really sit down. Kids go to bed, spend an hour doing this. And kids got to be picked up from school soon. So I had some time before I go off to go pick them up. So I put the shot clock on the screen just so that I could, know when to leave. Because if you've known me for any length of time, I have spent way more than whatever time I've suggested I was going to spend. And it's been a good thing, but I have sometimes done 2-hour live streams, which might be a tiny bit excessive. Jen says, I have a question. Jen, what is your question? I see you on TikTok. I can't put you up on screen. Questions that come in from any other platform, I can put up on screen. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if it's working with LinkedIn. If you have LinkedIn, let me know. But if you come in through X or YouTube and Facebook, I think is working properly. Let's do a test. I'll do a test because I'm on LinkedIn. Hang on a sec. Turn down the volume so I don't make a big, loud, messy thing. What happens if I type hello? Testing, testing, testing. Doesn't seem like anything happens. I see the comment. Should I open up? Maybe I need to have multiple windows going. I could do that. I could make that happen. That's possible. I have the technology. LinkedIn. Just in case. I'll just have it up in case. And then I'll go into, I know X and TikTok, X and YouTube work just fine, so I won't bother there. They integrate very nicely. But I'll go into this, and I'll go into that, and here we go. I can actually see your messages a little better if I'm using the other device. It is good to have multiple devices. It makes life a little bit easier. Somebody said, Sean, hi. Although I don't know, it's S in a symbol that I don't recognize. Okay, so the question that Jen has is, the car is mine and my partner got a ticket for tints. Can I pay it or does he have to pay it? So as the driver, your partner was charged and they are responsible for it. You can certainly pay it, but they get the ticket for driving a motor vehicle with tints that weren't legal. You should fix that because that is not good to have, but and it would suggest that you would probably get more tickets going forward. So yeah, I would make a change. That's what I would do. I want to see why I'm not seeing. Why am I not seeing the live stream on LinkedIn when I go in through my web app? Can I see my own profile? All right, I'm not going to spend too much time looking at it. It's a distraction. Yeah, I can't find it. I wanted to have it open on my screen. What can I say? What can I say? It's not going to happen. All right. But I hope that answers your question. If you've got more questions, feel free to ask. And is it illegal to modify an exhaust in Ontario? That's from Sleepy. Depends on what you're doing. I mean, there's certain standards you have to maintain to be lawful on the road, legal on the road. So if you modify it, it's no longer meeting their criteria to make it lawful. It's not legal. If you simply, like some people will remove baffles, that's not legal. It has to meet the requirements, the minimum requirements of being a muffler on the road. You can certainly take the muffler out and replace it with a more higher performance muffler, but it still has to be a muffler that meets the requirements to be on the road. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, maybe I have to go here. View profile. I found the button I was looking for. Can I find my own live stream now? Can I? Here we do. Here we go. I found it. I got to keep it muted. At least here, that way I can see in the event that I have a comment, I'll be able to respond to it. Cool. Very, very good. All right. Next question. Kabul Inc. says, you never respond to messages. Kabul is full of crap because I just respond to Kabul. Anyway, Jen says, thank you. You're very welcome. RG says, did you retire? Yeah, I left. I left way early. I could have kept working for a long time. And I, in my heart of hearts, had never planned on leaving this early, but I had a reason to. So I did. And I miss everybody. But you know what? This is right for me. It's working for my family. And I'm still doing stuff and things related to policing. I'm still helping out on the traffic safety spectrum. I'm working with not-for-profits that are doing stuff, but I can work my own schedule. I can work from home. I don't have to go downtown. And that's really what it's about, being around for my family and doing stuff that they need. Pisces. I didn't realize that was a sign for Pisces. I'm not really, what is it? Sign. What is it? It's called zodiac sign. I'm not into the zodiac stuff. I've read it. I've looked it up in the newspaper. Am I going to have a crappy day? Now I don't even get the newspaper anymore. When I actually subscribe to it, I'd eventually be so bored I'd get to the page that talked about that stuff. But I appreciate that I've been missed. Thank you very much. What is this? This is what happens if someone is caught driving with only a G1? This is one of my favorite questions to discuss because it's so serious. First of all, you got to know that you're not licensed. A G1 is a learner's permit. It is only valid in conjunction with your supervision by a qualified G licensed driver, which means somebody who has a G and 4 years of driving experience. That driving experience can be accumulated from the time they got their G2, but it has to be 4 years of experience, and they have to have a valid G. They have to be the only person in the front seat. If you're truly alone, not only are you G1 drive unaccompanied, you're not insured. You can be charged criminally for take vehicle without consent. If it's a vehicle where you did get consent, the person who gave it to you is going to get charged. Now, in addition to whatever $110 charge you're going to get for the fact that you're driving unaccompanied, you're also going to get charged for whatever offense got you pulled over, and you're going to get a 30-day suspension for the unaccompanied. That's if it's your first time. If it's your second time, you're going to get a 90-day suspension. If it's your third time, you're going to get kicked out of the graduate licensing program. It's not worth it. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing anybody can do. People get these licenses, these learner's permits, and then think they can get away with something. That card means nothing, and it shouldn't even be a card, in my opinion. When I was a kid, when I was 16, I got my learner's permit. It was good. It was called a 365. It was a piece of paper. It was not at any time a plastic ID card, and I think it should go back to that because people abuse the piece of plastic thinking it's something that it ain't. Okay. Ghost says, I just wanted to talk about the TikTok ban. What do you want to know about it? This is actually really near and dear to me because I love TikTok. I really enjoy the platform. It's meant so much to me and helped me educate and help so many people that I'm very happy to talk about that ban. I think it's ridiculous. Now, I'm not part of CSIS. I'm not part of the intelligence community, but it seems really suspect when they use an investment, a piece of legislation dealt for foreign investment to shut down an enterprise that is operating in the country that provides service and sales to customers. The customers are businesses that are advertising on TikTok. It's not the big creator fund. They're not doing big, like, it doesn't make any sense. And they're not banning the app. They're just going to stop 200 Canadians from getting a paycheck. I'm really suspicious. Like, are they alleging that someone's making meth in the basement? What are they alleging? This secret, you should trust us line doesn't really hold water for me because I don't know. Maybe I'm not very trusting. It might be the cop in me. I'm kind of suspicious of everyone. And especially someone who says, trust me. Yeah. So, but Ghost, let me know if you got questions about that because I've been doing a lot of research on it. What is this? DB88 says, no cops, no stops. Yeah, right until someone hits you and you're not making good moves or walking anymore or right, whatever dumb stuff you're doing. Don't stop for a stop sign. Stop for red lights. Stop for police. Stopping is important. Oh, so dumb Zoltan here. Hold on a second. I shouldn't call him dumb. He might have a legitimate problem, but we're going to block Frank Zoltan, Frank.Zoltan6, who says nasty things about police. Actually, it's pretty disgusting. Police put their lives on the line every single day. So do firefighters, even paramedics. They put their lives on the line every day, differently for each of those professions, but they do it in the service of the community. And when people come up and make stupid comments suggesting that cops should be dead, which is what that jackass just said, well, we block them because I don't have to put up with that crap. I'm not a cop anymore, and I don't have to be nice. I can be a little spicy. Okay. And appreciate that. See, TikTok's awesome. Automatically, when Frank Zoltan made that comment, TikTok announced that some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. You may never have seen that comment that pissed me off, but TikTok, being actively trying to keep the community safe, automatically took some things out so you wouldn't be negatively impacted by it. I was not negatively impacted by it, but I reacted to it. It was a visceral response. Apparently, I need to have some coffee or some, I don't know. Maybe it's too much coffee. Patrick has a question. What's Patrick saying? What if someone tries to rob me for my car and drive into another car? Rob me for my car? What is the what if you're asking? Like, obviously, there are criminals. And some of those criminals have pew-pews. So I will say this. You have insurance for a reason. If it's between your life getting hurt or getting, what does everyone say on this platform, unalived, for your car, give them the car. I'm not suggesting that that's a good thing. I don't want you to give stuff away. I want you to get home every day safe and sound, and those crooks need to get caught and put away for a long, long time. That's a bigger problem. I got no time for criminals. Toronto Road Cams, what's going on? He says, oh, hey, a daytime stream. Hey, back. Greg Smith. I got to get my mouse over there. Greg Smith says, you're a practitioner of knowledge of traffic law. Dr. Law. Wait, maybe I need to, I think it would be a little, I think there would be some confusion if I called myself Dr. Law. At one point, they called me the CEO of no, because I said no to absolutely everything. Is this legal? No. Can I do this? No. So that was pretty funny. That's but way back when I started on the platform. But Dr. Law sounds fun, except I think I'd actually have to go become a lawyer, which I've thought about. I've thought about going to law school with all this free time on my hands. Randy McNaught says, good Friday afternoon, Sean. All the best from London, Ontario. Good to see you, Randy. Thanks for dropping by and saying, hey. Yeah, this is a really weird time for me to go live, and I don't have a whole lot of time left. I may not even, actually, I think I may have estimated my time wrong. I got to go in about 10 minutes, maybe 15. So I won't even run the clock out. I feel guilty having the clock out. Let's take the clock off the screen because I'm going to completely ignore it and leave in 10 minutes. Okay. Apparently Joe Edmond did see Frank's comment and reacted. Well, Joe, I'm sorry if you were negatively, if you didn't like Frank the Dum-Dum's a comment, but yeah, I appreciate you responding. Ghost, can you talk about the future of your TikTok account if it gets banned? Well, Ghost, thank you for bringing it up. First of all, trafficcop.ca is my, it will take you to my link tree. Go to my link in my bio, whatever the case is. You can get me anywhere. If you search VoiceOver Cop, you'll find me on every platform. And right now I'm simulcasting on, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Linktree. I'm not on Instagram right now. I got to add Instagram to the mix, but I'm basically everywhere. I'm on TikTok, Facebook. Am I on Facebook? I'm not even on Facebook right now. I forgot they changed it. You have to have 1,000 followers on the page, and I don't have 1,000 followers on my Facebook page because I'm just starting to use it. So I'm on. This is me. I don't even know where I'm transmitting. I'm on YouTube. I'm on X, and I'm on TikTok at the moment, but I'll be on more places. So you'll always be able to find me, even if TikTok goes away, but I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just too important a platform to go away. And TikTok, by the way, is suing the federal government based on their decision, which I think is good. And I think they have a justified or a good chance of a case. I mean, when you won't tell anybody anything and you just say we're going to make them go away, I'm a little freaked out by that. I don't like that. Don't like it at all. Okay. Go says, is there If there's no TikTok, how can we get informed about latest police changes? Well, okay, so that's just a follow-up to the last thing. So yeah, you can totally get me there. You can even email me directly with a link on my page. So totally you can get a hold of me. Trafficcop.ca, easy way to get there. Chad says, TikTok helps so many people, educational, emotional, relationship, and musicians. Absolutely, 100%. What does Tactical Boots says? So no Canadian can sell on TikTok. I don't know what the impact there is. Like right now, they're talking about closing the Canadian offices. I imagine you could still go and do everything you would do through an American office, except you lose the local office that actually has any kind of connection to the company. Like, who do you call when you have a problem? I used to call TikTok. Now I got to call the state somewhere, talk to someone who's not local. I don't know. It seems to make a lot more sense. And let's just say Canada goes away. 200 Canadians are unemployed, and I just call an American number now. How have they done it? What is the point of that? I don't get it. They don't pay taxes anymore. Like, never mind the 200 people. The business will stop paying taxes in Canada, so we won't have the income there. They won't pay the real estate rental. Like, they won't rent the building they were in, which is right by Traffic Services downtown in Liberty Village. They won't pay taxes on all the coffee. They've had the best coffee. Like, I don't understand the game. We're going to kick out a company that spends money in this country for what benefit? Like, I really want to know. Is it a meth lab in the basement? Did I miss that when I was there? I don't think so. Let's see here. Thank you, Ghost, for the gift. I just saw that you gave a gift. Appreciate it. Not necessary, but I totally appreciate it. What do we got here? Okay. Untrusting One says, you can always run a police officer, but you can't run a radio. Very true. That's in relation to Don't Stop. But yes, you cannot run a radio. Motorola is the fastest thing on the road. Candace Blanchett says, 2 police officers saved my friend's life the other day. That's an amazing. I love hearing these stories. I mean, I have had such an amazing career and such an opportunity to meet amazing people who have done amazing things, truly being heroes, not just like every day when they go out, but truly have done truly heroic things, things people write about, and I love hearing these stories where someone has a positive, because you always hear the bad stuff, and there's no doubt there's bad cops, there's people, there's bad priests, doctors, lawyers, there's bad teachers, there's bad everybody, because you know what, they're human. So there are people who are bad, and some of them get through the checks and balances, and they manage to put on a uniform, which actually is the worst thing in the world for me. No good cop likes a bad cop. So I love hearing the good stories because we never hear them, or very rarely hear them, and the ones we hear are really low level kind of stuff, I think. I mean, you can go to the award ceremonies and hear the big stuff, but I don't hear them all. How do you feel about a Sur-Ron electric dirt bike? I think they're awesome. I think they're American. I think they're amazing, but I think they're illegal for the road anywhere in Ontario except private property, which is the case. Sur-Rons are high-powered, really incredibly high-performance electric dirt bikes. They're just not e-bikes. They don't qualify under the law. What is this? Congrats, Ghost, lit it up. Hat and mustache. Oh, really? I don't know how that works at all. Did you see a hat and mustache? I don't know if that even works in this widescreen thing, but I appreciate you sending it. Number 12 on the member team. You're a member. How does this member stuff work? Okay. Tom 12182 says, congrats on the retirement, brother. Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate it. How long did I work in the police service? I worked in the police service since 2000, so just under 25 years. I left. If I would have stayed till May, it would have been 25 years. What about all-weather tires? Came here from your tire video. Oh, awesome. So all-weather tires are still multi-season tires, right? They're meant to do everything, which means the tire, if you actually look at it like under a light, you'll see the tire compounds. You can actually see how they're pressed together. You see 2 inches of one compound, 2 inches of another compound, 2 inches of, and that means that you still have a Swiss Army knife situation. You have a bunch of different stuff to get the best, or to have it perform okay in all those conditions. It's not ideal, because you think about this. You have a tire that's that wide. At the end of the day, you're looking at a contact patch around that big on a tire to the ground. If that's divided into 4, the active portion that's really helping you maintain control is a quarter of that active patch. I'd rather have the whole patch being the appropriate, material and tread pattern for the road. So are all weathers good? They are better than all seasons. All seasons are better than summers, and winters are still going to be the best. Now, granted, there are high quality all seasons and low quality winters. The argument between where on that spectrum you're going to land, is beyond me. Like, I think that any snow tire is going to be better than a multi-function tire. But I can tell you there's garbage out there sold, and you think it's good, but tires are kind of one of the most important things on your vehicle. So I invest pretty good money into my tires because I kind of need to be able to stop and turn and do stuff. I've slid out of control before. I don't like the feeling. I'm sure you had the same situation. What do we got here? We got, can you drink a Corona 00 while driving? And then in brackets, yes. A non-alcoholic beverage, even though it looks like a beer, smells like a beer, may even taste like a beer, if it's not a beer, like it's not an alcoholic beverage. So if it's not considered an alcoholic beverage, it's not an alcoholic beverage, and you could. But I imagine you would get pulled over every other block because, oddly enough, it looks like you're drinking alcohol. Kevin Samantha says, Sean, I just saw your video about the video. A video about the TV strapped to the car on the highway. I laughed so hard when I saw that. I had to stitch it into a video. Thanks for letting me know that's what brought you here. That's what you saw. Hermes says, Sean, you retired too soon. I did retire too soon from the perspective of, getting everything out of it. Like I didn't leave to get some big payout and sit pretty and watch the grass grow. I'm still working. I'm just not working as a police officer anymore. And now I'm working for myself. And, I'm not retired. I'm just retired from policing. Let's see here. How about you answer a real question for once in your life? That's from somebody who obviously doesn't understand what I do for a living, or what I used to do for a living, or what I do now as not getting paid for it. But I answer questions with real answers, real questions with real answers. Oh, they want to know why Canadian self-defense laws are such a joke compared to the US. First of all, I absolutely agree with you. Now, in Canada, you are allowed to use lethal force. Right, it's in the Criminal Code of Canada. You can use as much force as necessary, and that may include lethal force. However, the problem is you don't get a medal for it. You actually get arrested for it. Even if you are criminally responsible for any force that is deemed to be what is the word I'm looking for? Excessive. You're going to be held criminally responsible. So if someone punches you and you punch them twice, that extra punch could get you in trouble. Obviously you can't beat someone after they've stopped fighting you. That's a whole different situation. It's more complicated. I'm really glossing over it, but I like Florida law. I like Texas law. I like American, self-defense statutes, for most of the states anyway. But that's not what we are here. We're a friendly place here. Or at least we're friendly to criminals. Okay. Canadian government keeps doing weird stuff. Yes. Questionable stuff. Yes. Can you get a DUI riding a horse? I saw a video about that. I would have said no, but then I saw that some U.S. states will charge you. I'm talking about U.S. now. Some U.S. states it's legal, and some U.S. states it's not. And I don't know what it is in Canada because I assumed it's anything other than muscular. But there were specific caveats in the American section or state laws that said that some states will hold you criminally responsible for riding a horse while drunk or impaired. Now I got to look into it more because I actually planned on, after I saw a video recently about it, I just forgot all about it. Thank you for reminding me. I have homework to do. If Canada had the same gun laws as the U.S., we wouldn't need to wait 10 or 20 minutes after a crime for help. I can't disagree with you, but we don't have those laws. So we have to do what we have to do with the laws we have. Carl Freeman, good afternoon to you too. And Mike Moore likes friendly to criminals con. My friendlies to criminal con. We're way too friendly to criminals. But that could change at the next election. How do we find you on Facebook to follow to get? Oh, thank you, LJ. So it's VoiceOver Cop on Facebook. There's an actual page. Now I'm assuming it's publicly facing. I have a bunch of people following me there, but VoiceOver Cop, search it on Facebook. And I do have a page. And maybe I need to go look at that and figure out if it's not set up properly. It just hasn't been a priority. All the other platforms are busy, and Facebook. Okay. Stefan Huang says, is it illegal to have an LED board on the rear windshield? So that's questionable because, first of all, LED is projecting light being projected backwards in any color other than amber or red would be illegal. So it's potentially a problem. What is the LED board doing? Are you putting out pictures? Like, I've questioned the interpretations of the law when we've talked about the vehicles that drive with lit signboards. Is that projecting light? It is. Is that is that at what point, at what lumens does the individual bulb have to be a violation? We get really nitpicky about whether or not it's legal or not legal. So I've seen lots of products that are red or amber only, and those I think would be safer than going into a full color display. I think it would have to be a low power outage in order for it not to violate and be considered a projector bulb, and possibly be okay. Send me a message. Do me a favor. Send me a DM on X, and we'll look into it further, because I want to go down the rabbit hole on this, because it's been something. I've got lots of projects, lots of things I want to research. And is it okay driving with rear block, given that I have both external mirrors? So yeah, in Ontario, as long as you have a clear view to the rear, you do have the ability to drive. You don't need to have a rear mirror. Think about a box, a panel truck, any commercial vehicle that doesn't have a rear window. Still perfectly legal, but you have to have a clear view to the rear. There's even vehicles now that have video cameras showing that view. So you could replace your rear view mirror with a camera output, just like you have on most Chevys. They have a digital version or a reflective mirror version. Okay. Further from Mike about the friendly to criminals. So sad, but true. Hopefully the next election will change this. I agree. Is bringing a BB gun bad to my, what is this? Is bringing a BB gun bad to my school? My friend brought one. Yeah, it's still going to be a weapon. You're still going to get into deep doo-doo with it. You're probably, if you bring it to school, you're probably going to end up getting the police called. Like, it's bad things, because if someone sees it and thinks it's a weapon, it's a weapon. If someone thinks it's a gun, it's a gun. Technically, a firearm is when it's 500 feet per second muzzle velocity. But you bring that to school, you're going to be in a world of hurt and probably expelled. I would assume they would take that quite seriously. Kayla Draconis, what's going on, my friends? Greetings and salutations from Kayla. Let's see here. Oh, and LJ found and is now following VoiceOver Cop on Facebook. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It is 2:45. I got to go. It's at 5 minutes earlier than I planned to, but it's been a slice. I'll be back again soon. Have a great weekend. I might come and do a live on Sunday. Just, whatever. But follow me on all the channels, and you'll be then notified when I go live. And if you got questions before that, DM me or just comment on the videos. I try and answer all the comments. All the best. Take care.